Welcome to the first episode of the Shadowgraph, Photographic Case Studies. The first story of the day is some current events. We're going into the music industry, but albums are being dropped and photography is being showcased with these albums. So let's look at Taylor Swift. She has a new album coming out titled The Tortured Poets Department. This photo was by Beth Garabrandt, and you can find her on Instagram at Beth Garabrandt. This is kind of a big deal. Obviously, Taylor Swift is all over everywhere. The news, football, music, everywhere. And to have a photo on the front of an album that's going to have record sales, I'm sure, as usual, and streamed. It's one of those things that's unfortunately looked over these days, but that's what the Shadowgraph is all about. Is kind of bringing photography to the forefront of the news. And next we have Kanye West, or the artist formerly known as. So he dropped the album Vultures. This is already released and apparently #1. So this album was dropped out of nowhere. I don't think it was planned for the date that it was released. And this is the album cover. This was photographed by Aus Taylor, and his Instagram handles at AUSSSS, a bunch of S's. I'm sure it'll pop up when you type S like a bunch of times. It'll come up AUSSSSSS. So that's who made this photograph. And within a day or so, Kanye West, formerly artist known as, changed the album cover, but not the photo, just did some photoshopping to this. Don't really know why. I know there was a TMZ reporting of the actual actor who played Jason kind of calling out um, the basic factor of the mask, that he can get him a better looking one. And it was soon after that post that this was released, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not, but this is now the album cover. Next, we have a photo shoot of Ryan Gosling by Greg Williams. It's actually behind the scenes video here on Instagram. His handle is shown here at Greg Williams Photography, and it is for Variety, and their Instagram is at Variety. So this is the cover, but this is actually a behind the scenes video courtesy of Greg Williams Photography. Make sure you give all these people a follow. Check them out. So let's check out this video. We're not going to have any audio because of, there's some music in there, don't know about it, but let's check this out. Cool behind the scenes video. It's short and sweet, but it's cool to see kind of the process. You can see why some great photos were made as well. Like Gosling is an obvious pro, just kind of like getting that little bit extra, in there for a good photo. Yeah, it's just some cool stuff. It's cool to see this, like, behind the scenes action like that. Obviously, that was work by photographer making things happen. This guy's a really good documenter of celebrities, and they're definitely check him out. A lot of black and white, shoots with Leica Qs, I think majority of the time. Q3. Definitely some cool access behind the scenes at Warner Brothers Studios. These are hard photos to get, to see, like, that one was pretty cool. Like, to actually see like the height at the same time. Obviously, the crane helps. You kind of have to give up some cool photo vibes to get that at the same time. But I thought that was a cool little video. You know what I mean? Just of some behind the scenes action. I'd like to know what some of your favorite photos are of this shoot for sure. But yeah, definitely cool stuff. Again, at Greg Williams Photography and at Variety on Instagram. Go check them out as well. So next up, we go into the skateboarding world. So this is Joseph Campos. This photo is by Jared Sherbert and his Instagram, both their Instagrams, so you can get at Joseph Campos _. And the photographer is Jared Sherbert, and his is at Sherbert. So Sherbert. So definitely check them out on Instagram. So there's a new skateboarding video that came out for, there's a skate part of Joseph Campos from Hockey Skateboards. And that video is titled Shocking Moments Caught on Video. Definitely look that up on YouTube. Check it out. It's a cool video. Skates to a like a Beats version of a song from Zelda, which is amazing. And then another cool just song with just beats. But yeah, the Zelda song is epic for sure. This kickflip into this bank is really good because it actually shows what's happening. This could be an easy photo to kind of make look confusing. If you shoot it straight on, you'd be like, how did he get up there? What happened? You know, you'd think he like went up it or something. I think this gives that, even though you don't see the top, you kind of be like, you kind of understand that you probably went into it. Yeah, I mean, he's looking down into it. He's, you know, and there's that bit of an angle there. I do like that. It would be awesome. I think that car was out of the way, the front one, but I do like the cars at the same time. It kind of brings a little bit more of a vibe to it. Um, I do like the photo a lot. I don't really want to critique, these photos or anything really. I don't want to make this like a critique channel. So I like this photo. It's cool. And now we're gonna go back in time somewhat to Amelia Earhart. So let's kind of get this out of the way. This is originally posted by Glasgow Times by Hannah Roger. So um, there was reports recently that her plane may have been found. They may have found it 100 miles from Howland Island by a new sonar image. This isn't yet confirmed that's her plane, but it's the shape of the image. And there's a lot of theories of what happened on her final flight. Highly recommend checking them out. There's a great documentaries out there and podcast episodes about the story of like what actually happened. Did they survive and end up on an island? Do they just crash? And who knows, what actually happened. But there's reports out there that could be the plane due to the shape of the sonar imagery. But with that story being brought up, it made me think of this setup here. Is she actually owned a Leica camera. This was auctioned over a year ago, and I think it was just auctioned again recently. She shot with this camera back then. I thought it was cool. Cool little story to wrap the first episode up with. No, thank you for tuning into the very first episode of the Shadowgraph. Leave a comment of your favorite segment, some of your favorite photos, what's going on. Make sure you check everyone who is in this video. Check out the stories, check out their Instagrams. Hit up theshadowgraph.com, pick up some merch, and stay tuned for episode 2 of the Shadowgraph.